What is cracking? What's cracking? Coming in late. Preseason game. I have to work on my defense. Overall defense is 77. My offense is 81. This preseason game. Ooh, sag, baby. So when I played that last game versus the Dolphins, it was a playoff wildcard game. Once I basically finished the game, they fired John Gruden, and I was basically off with them until I had to sign with another team. I was like, wait, what? So I had to restart everything. And this time, I turned off that setting. So it was a setting, I guess it was on. If the coach, performed poorly, they would just basically, boot him out. So this time I get to make the decision. Oh, hurry up.
This is Jalen Richard, the fourth-year man from Southern Miss. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
He's probably asleep.
Wilson gives Oakland a veteran option at tight end. Remember, they had Jared Cook last year. He's now in New Orleans. But Wilson, 5 years in Seattle, then 1 in Detroit before the native of Windsor, Canada, signed with Oakland back in March.
There it is. What's up, man? I just mentioned you right now. Let's go. Came in on perfect time, and I am perfect time.
Doug Martin, 46 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's
turning to and he's telling his team, How was your Saturday? Well, today was Mother's Day. What'd you do for your mom? You guys go out to eat?
Preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Or till tomorrow.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Mexican moms are lucky, huh? They get 2 days, bro. They get 2 days.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it.
Damn.
1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign.
That's crazy. Okay. I could do that too in the quarterback.
A lot of people call this offense one-dimensional. I think you did. Well, it was you. I'll be honest. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
Hey, Jacoby says the quarterback for the Patriots now, isn't he? Isn't Jacoby Brissett the quarterback for the Patriots? Or am I tripping?
Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
When you're talking about what you want from a middle
Talk to me,
linebacker or
man.
an inside linebacker, you're talking about Tyre Whitehead. Does a nice job wading through a lot of the traffic and does an excellent job of bringing down ball carriers. One of the top tackles in the league when he's on top of his game.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Let's go, man.
Tough sledding. They lose it.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Derek Carr retired, bro.
That's why they're up right
He
now.
said,
The
fuck
defense,
it.
They're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys.
Oh, that's good. Well, how old is he?
Putting together a
He's
team.
good.
A lot of them say we're going to build from
He's
the inside
mid-30s,
out,
no?
because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're
I think
seeing
something,
here. They're actually playing in the offense's
something
backfield,
tragic
not
just
necessarily
happened to
playing
him.
in the line of scrimmage.
Like some
Good blocking
11 seasons, yeah.
It'll go as a 19
I think something happened in his family. Somebody passed away or something. I think I'm not well informed, but I heard something.
To be thrilled with that first drive, they got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. The tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead, it works opposite.
And he locates Luke Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not
I know, I heard they got George
across
Pickens.
midfield.
I don't know. I don't know what the Cowboys are doing, bro.
Completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5",
It's just for Cowboys are just for entertainment purposes only.
Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
What the fuck, you guys? I was going to Tony Brown. What the fuck?
And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Safety DJ Swearinger brings not just athletic ability to the field, he also brings a strong belief that he can get to the football on every snap. An absolutely fierce hitter, you can feel his intensity even when you're sitting down and having a meeting
crazy.
with him prior to the game.
A dagger.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Brissett now. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 29-yard line.
And it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Richard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit the tackle to DJ.
I know, right? Shoot, I feel pretty stoked about. Oh shoot. Oh man, that's right. Dang, what the fuck? I almost fall back. Shit.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Yeah, they always disappoint Adrian, right? The Raiders always disappoint me. But maybe not this year, right, man? Maybe not this year.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Shit, should have caught timeout.
Delayed game offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so
I
they must
know.
have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
To throw, Brissett.
Too far out. Damn, I was going to get sacked.
Fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. As we thought,
who knows, Jaime? Who knows? You never know.
They've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season.
Carson's still putting in work to this day.
Pretty good success story.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Murray again, 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I haven't really paid much attention to wrestling right now, Jaime. To be honest with you.
Tightening up a bit. That last catch, just 1 yard.
Or was that last night?
9.
On Friday? SmackDown or what?
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And now here come the Raiders. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that.
Randy Orton helped out John Cena or what?
You're thinking because you're
Is that what you're saying?
right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way.
What's going on? I know what's going on.
Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Running is Jacobs. Accelerating and off he goes.
Let's go, Jaime. Let's go, Jaime. Let's go, Jaime. Woo! That was a fat run.
Josh Jacobs, 79 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Preseason game. Relax.
And that makes our score 17-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. 1 play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Oh my.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a A good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Murray, a quick throw out to Kirk. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Murray. And that will be incomplete.
Coming in hot.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
51 yards on the board there.
On YouTube, says 2 laps upcoming after till 40.
Let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now.
What's going on? You're scaring me, huh?
Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
So far, just the single catch. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Throwing. Rousseau. This is caught. It's Ryan Bland. And he works it across
There's
the
some
25
short wide
before being
receivers, right?
tackled.
We're going to get some tall dudes.
Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Like,
One thing I
like
can
right
say
here,
pretty
Wilson
safely,
tie in.
that route is not called if
Oh,
you
the
don't have a
route
guy who can throw the ball and
from-
put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes
go
an invitation for an
some
offense
friends'
coordinator
house.
to take a big
They
shot
have
downfield because he feels
barbecue
like he can
and
come
stuff
back on
right
3rd
there.
down
So
and
we're
pick up
gonna
the
go
1st
there.
down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you
See how
are,
that
stay with
goes.
who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they do.
He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown, 61 yards.
Young Mattel.
And the Raiders
Little
able to
troublemaker.
extend that
Little baby
advantage.
Bowser.
And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle.
Kids are going to be off school pretty soon, next month.
That they just showed there, because
Next
if you're going
month,
to run a deep post, you
look at that.
ordinarily have to get a
Sheesh.
safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways. Either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Extra point by Carlson, up and
Man,
good.
on his birthday's
And
on the
Brown is on
6th.
here in this
On the
first
6th?
half.
Yeah,
5
6th.
plays there on that drive. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
You have any plans for tomorrow?
So out now come the Cardinals.
Or is your dad going to take it? Or is it going to be right there at the house? He's going to show at the house? Oh, ¿qué pasa, Mufasa?
What you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
Oh, pasa.
Thinking you're going to get all these points back on
¿Qué pasa?
You're not. And last time I looked, to start the first half, I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. On the carry, it's Logan. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Should do. This is one of my favorites. Cover 2.
At the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
Another punt. Dang, that's crazy. I would have benched him and put up the other quarterback. Let him try on.
Guys that might play in this one, it seems to get bigger and bigger each year.
Yeah, we pretty much supersize them, don't we? Because you know,
What?
remember,
Hold on,
90 now, and with the new rules, they'll carry 90 all the way through the
shit, you
preseason
don't
before they make the
pay attention to the text. That's weird how you
for these games.
and my theater tree
Here
had
again
mostly
comes the
closed.
captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty
Yeah,
clean
bro.
first half.
That's just me and my
No
thumb.
interceptions.
Frankly, that's what
We're
they
the only
expect out of him.
dudes
They want to see the
that
ball
was-
thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see
And
more of
Milo.
that
We
before
can't
this
forget about
game
Milo.
finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Raider first.
That was crazy. Let's go.
Martin re-signed
Doug
with the Raiders
Martin.
May 1st after Isaiah Crowell went down with the Achilles injury. He's out for the year. But Martin now in his 2nd season in Oakland.
Hi, man. If you ever get the
723
chance,
yards last year.
watch the show Martin. I think it's on
6 seasons
Netflix.
in Tampa prior to Oakland. 2
It's a good
years
show.
of 1,400
It's a funny show.
yards, but then he never topped 500 the other 4 years due to injuries and other various issues. But now he says his full focus is on 2019. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Martin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run the counter. Richard, and an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And they stay down, and they stay down, and they stay down. Oh, look.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. He'll have a first down inside the 10.
Oh, my God.
22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs.
Woo.
And he is in. Touchdown.
Bands make it dance. Bands make it dance. Bands make it dance. Jeez, let's go, man. Look at that. Easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off the squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got
What do you think,
cushion.
man?
This half has been theirs.
Raiders get to go to the playoffs this season?
And the route is
I won't give
here
my
in this
hopes up.
first half. The drive summary that
But
time, 5 plays.
I'm pretty sure
And it was
like
capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs.
7 wins, you know, 7 or 8 wins for sure. I'm trying to go for it, you know. I don't know. Can't have high expectations either, I guess.
The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out.
I know, right? That would have been cool.
I'm
pretty sure parents wanted a girl too. But it was another little dude. Hey, can't be mad. As long as your brother's healthy, you know.
And let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one run and get the ball to
coming in hot.
Just 4 verts, right?
Baby.
One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. This complete to the tight end play.
2 catches for him.
The first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Here's Murray from midfield. And he finds Fitzgerald. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another
Let's
first
go.
and 10. First down, Murray.
Ooh, sack Dizzle, baby. Hideous.
7-yard line. From its linebacker spot, Vontez perfect with a sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
That's funny.
So on
Some funny stuff. Oh, what the hell?
Is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
Wait.
This from 53 yards out.
I don't know why I picked that, but damn, they didn't make it. I'm a dumbass. I was reading your.
The left upright, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Damn.
Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That would have been fat.
That
would have been fat.
Quickly turning into
Definitely.
quite a rout. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you guys in just a little bit. This one of 5 games currently in progress as we kick off the 2nd week of preseason action. We'll have 3 more tomorrow night, 5 on Saturday, and then 3 nationally televised games. Saints, Chargers, Seahawks, Vikings on Sunday, and on Monday night, the 49ers and the Broncos in Denver. In our game, still a lot to keep an eye on. Guys battling, trying to make a ball club. We'll send it back to 2 guys already on our team. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Oh, it sucks,
Now
man.
comes the Raiders offense. They'll
Hate
go
allergies.
offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups.
Me pegan los años de mí, I'm just like, damn, I ain't
that might be made defensively. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
That was fat. That was fat.
Play there, Cardinal, and even 40 yards.
Just came in hot.
Same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Martin running right. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
A good run there on the right tackle and an old
See that scratching herself?
The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Right back to Washington. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown.
Let's go.
5-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown.
Drive there, and drive over there.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10.
Can't bite. Tell them, don't be biting the head. It feeds you.
Terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
53 Mike. Check. 53.
Now Hundley. This will be his first throw off the bench. That'll be taken in by Jameer Byrd. And he's going to be up around the 45-yard line. 12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first.
53. Mike, 53.
He'll get this into the hands of Byrd. No gain there on the completion.
So Jaime, when does John Cena officially retire from wrestling, bro? Oh, he's just lying to you.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
That's right, Doug.
Throwing on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This one there?
It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
And he'll take this to the 47.
Get out of here.
As they get him down.
Get out of here. Get out of here with that.
And it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game,
Why Harris? Bro, I have put some
and tackling immediately.
Demon Nelson.
After catches.
He's pretty fast. So is Richard.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the third quarter, but really,
Celtics.
the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
They're going to
whatever the
they're
game
in the
plan
playoffs, or
was,
what's going on
he's
with
got
basketball,
focus on
bro?
continuing to
I
run
don't
the
pay
football.
too
And
much
really, that
attention
takes
to
the pressure
basketball,
off
to
of
be
the guy
honest with
throwing
you.
it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point.
I like
Hand it off,
basketball,
let him
but
chew up the yardage and
don't
big plays.
don't pay much
Your team's
attention to
winning.
that.
Only people upset the fantasy guys who may have started him in quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4.
I remember the Lakers used to be good.
2nd and 6.
Fucking Lakers suck now,
On your team.
Carr on the give. It's Washington. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
They go jet sweep here with Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On second down, Martin. And an alley to run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense.
So the New York Knicks are winning right now, or what?
And guess what he's doing? Forcing the
What's
secondary
going on?
guys
Fill
up to
me in,
make
honey.
contact.
Fill me in.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Martin. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Carr completes it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A very solid gain of 27. Into the red zone. It's Carr.
Oof. Almost could have been intercepted.
Almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They run. Martin. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Doug Martin, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Let's go,
Extra
Hammer.
point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On second down, this is Edmonds. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And this is a blowout so far as we get set.
I kill Adrian.
Very one-sided affair.
What's your brother up to? That was Adrian up to.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Hundley.
Oh my God, I could have caught that. What the fuck? Damn, they're hella struggling, bro.
You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This is Harris.
Damn.
An excellent
If we
return
wouldn't
that
been
time,
there.
26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take
Through
it.
a table from a 20-foot ladder. Some Hardy Boy shit over here. Go all out.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started with this lead and the football. Things obviously looking good, but maybe you've taught me this before. Maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. Let's go.
Foster Moreau, 41 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another
Hell yeah, don't try this at home. Tables, ladders, and chairs, I mean.
It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. He'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
What time is it, man? What
This
time
will be
is it?
taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20.
You got time for another game?
22-yard line.
Play another game after this. Oh, shit.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hundley, that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Harris to return. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Carr retired, no more Derek Carr in the NFL.
Carr now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
It almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to tackle right here on this play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second down now, it's Martin, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for every other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
Steak sounds bomb right now.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
You guys are gonna go see the Clippers or what?
Last time it has not been a very fruitful.
You and Adrian are gonna go see the Clippers?
They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drive.
No invite. Thanks for the invite, bro. Nah, just fucking around.
Well.
That's cool.
Not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
That's pretty cool,
He
man.
takes himself to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Dang it.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
No, Money in the Bank? Oh, shit. You want to watch Money in the Bank? Yeah, that's cool.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Chad Williams, and it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 45 on second down, Hunley toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it third down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Throwing, Hunley. He's got it to Williams. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion.
Just go for it, guy. No?
One thing I think
Fucking
that's safe
go
to
for
say
it.
defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He has really been buoyed here by a strong running attack. They've been great on the ground.
And have enjoyed the entire process because oftentimes when you're running the football well, that's much more of a team effort. Everyone has to come together to make it work. Offensive line, wide receivers, the tight ends when they're on the field, maybe an extra running back lead.
Where they're going to go to?
Really
That's
nice
cool.
thing to see. A team
That's hella cool.
And guess what? Quarterback, he can get out of the locker room a whole lot faster after this game. The interviews are going to go to the running back.
Yeah, now we hit the home stretch here in the fourth with their lead. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Shotgun now for Carr. Lets it go for Nelson. And he intercepted. Picked up at the 48.
Intercepted.
Right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Well, this is caught by Williams. No gain there in the completion, 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catches. Hitting yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks.
Yeah,
they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball complete to Isabella. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Hundley finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards outside. The Cardinals move the chains.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know
he slowed down. It was too much for him.
Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hundley.
Let's go.
Down. He's sacked back in the 24. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th
I was just going to get 3 points.
I guess at this
Fuck
point,
yeah,
Charles,
something.
why not take some shots?
I would agree with that, totally. It's a big play, can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it, somehow the ball
Yeah,
gets
fuck yeah.
down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could hurt your stats.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and at least trying to finish out strong.
final score now from Atlanta. And it was the Jets that came away victorious there. Le'Veon Bell, a touchdown run to help lead the way.
Let's go, B, let's go. Hey, let's get it.
They start the drive with Martin. The tackle is made by Rodney Gunter. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's put that on.
Carr going to throw here. Decided it's complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. They go play action here on first down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. And his kick is indeed good. That will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right
That
there
was
with
crazy.
you, partner. At the end of the game,
One more
they
game
did
with
what they
him.
had to
He's
do.
in for one
Just
more
make
game.
sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
That was
For more,
insane.
log on to easports.com.
Insane.
With that, we say good night from Glendale.
Glendale, Arizona. A 62-point time at Dynamite. Oh shit. Dang it. I was supposed to put down. We got Devontae Adams with Green Bay in 2019. This is Madden 20, so ya tú sabes. I'd rather improve. I can improve these two guys. Yeah. He's a free agent though. But it's $5 million for 5 years. Pure grace. Oh no. I need one more fucking person.